Today we're on the road, in a stretch of land that is neither really here nor there, somewhere between Galilee and Samaria, in a long-forgotten village. 10 men step out from the edges and call out to Jesus for help. The text doesn't dwell on diagnoses. The 10 have some sort of skin disease, and with that, they are outcasts. They stay at a distance. All their lives as outcasts are defined by distance. Distance from family, distance from worship, work, and touch. What strikes me in the text is that the story moves incredibly quickly. There's a lot of verbs that urge the narration forward. The men see Jesus and ask for mercy. He tells them to go, and as they go, something in their bodies begins to quiet, to knit back together. They heal. One of them sees again, truly sees what has happened, turns around, returns and praises God with a voice that finally doesn't have to hide and keep their distance. And he gives thanks at Jesus' feet. Go, see, turn around, return, praise, thanks. Go, see, turn around, return, praise, give thanks. That's a choreography. The choreography of thankfulness. I don't know about you, but gratitude often feels like a chore on an already crowded to-do list. Be thankful. For what exactly again? When I read the news, I struggle summoning up that emotion. Houses too expensive to live in, immigrants and former political officers scapegoated, medical care unavailable or cut, rhetoric hardening, bodies policed, schools and colleges caught in the crossfire of our anxieties. Climate alarms sound like background noises now. I guess I'm thankful for being in a privileged position, but again, as a Christian, saying that feels wrong. With all the things going on, it seems necessary to curve in on ourselves, to curate our social media feeds, to retreat into the rooms where everyone already agrees. We skip across the surface from pleasant thing to pleasant thing and hope it adds up to peace. But yet here we are. Luke sets us down on this border road and asks us to watch how faith moves in a human body. Let me repeat that. We watch how faith moves in a human body. All 10 men with a skin disease experience change. All of them get healed. But only one completes the loop. So this story is not about who gets help. All of them do. It is about the one who refuses to let the gift stay anonymous. He turns around, returns, and praises God and thanks Jesus. He chooses relationship over just relief. He wants the giver and not just the gift. Luke then tells us something that shocked people in the first century. The one who returns is Samaritan. Today we could file him under for sure not one of us. So are there people in your lives that you think about like for sure not one of us? He is an outsider by religion and region. He is one likely to be kept at the edge even after the rash has healed. But he's the one who recognizes grace and heads straight for it. The Samaritan's turnaround is not politeness. It is bravery. Why? Because exclusion, in whatever form it shows up, tightens our nervous system. We are alert. We scan for danger, and our field of vision narrows. When the 10 get healed, most of them are still caught in this narrow field of vision. Gratitude, however, is how our vision widens again. We see mercy as mercy. We turn around toward the source. We return to relationship. We praise out loud because shame thrives on silence. And we thank, specifically by name, because vagueness keeps us numb. This is not paying God back. It is us being brought back. If that is what happens on the road with Jesus, what might it look like on our streets? It might look like noticing the people we usually treat as background. They just do their job, right? The night shift nurse who stays a minute longer, the bus driver who waits when you run, the neighbor who volunteers time or checks in with you. It might look like asking better questions of our shared life. Do the winter shelters beds match the weather that is coming? Who can actually afford affordable housing? Whose paperwork is allowed to take years while their life is happening in weeks? Is there anything I can get you to the unhoused person in front of Safeway? This is not about guilt. It is about practicing the Samaritan's turnaround in public. Gratitude that never leaves the dining room is just manners. Gratitude that walks into the city and widens, that's faith. But we struggle with that. And I have a theory, and maybe you tell me later on what you think. We're not really good in being thankful because it makes us feel dependent on someone else. And who likes to be dependent? Haven't we all been taught that independence is the way to live? As independent as possible, as soon as possible, and as long as possible? That's why I think we've also not learned a culture of thankfulness, one that goes beyond a well-mannered thank you. A thankfulness that embraces our whole life, that lives into the interdependence to our neighbors and the dependence towards God. But our community here is where we can learn these steps. Our central practice every Sunday is literally Thanksgiving. Eucharist means giving thanks. At the table, when we celebrate communion, we rehearse these verbs. We see grace. We turn around from the rush of our lives. We return to the one who keeps meeting us. We praise, we receive. Some Sundays we come like the 9, helped, relieved, already halfway gone in our minds. That's okay. Some Sundays we come like the Samaritan, out of options, running on hope's last fumes. That's okay too. The meal does not quiz you, it gathers you. If you feel today like the one who doesn't quite belong, wrong background, wrong vocabulary, wrong timing, hear this in plain speech. You are already inside the circle that Jesus draws. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. Come as you are. So let's keep practicing the story's choreography of thankfulness this week. See one concrete act to be thankful for each day. Name it so clearly so your body remembers it. Turn around with a real thank you that includes a name, God or a person. Return by letting that thanks move your feet. Show up where someone is still standing in a place that is neither here nor there. On that water road, 10 bodies were restored, but only one life was made whole. The shortest path back to God and back to each other, back to community, is still the same. It's just a turn. Amen.